Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast. This is the our final E3 episode. All the conferences are done. It is Ubisoft and Nintendo on this episode. I'm your host, Dave Rotino. This is my co-host, Dan, the podcaster formerly known as Classic Robinson.
What's going on, man?
Man,
we weren't even at. Let me just chime in real quick. We weren't even at E3.
We were nowhere near E3,
and I'm already exhausted.
Yeah. It was a solid 3 days, solid 4 days, I guess, so far.
Well, actually, no. Wait. Yeah,
Saturday,
4 days.
right?
4 days. Yeah, 4 days.
Yeah. Math checks out.
Math checks out.
Yep.
Finally, math. 1 + 1 = 4. No.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go.
So all of the conferences are done. Today, we're going over Ubisoft, going over Nintendo for a couple of reasons. One, Nintendo just had their conference. They were the last ones out the gate. They kind of capped off the show.
Well, technically, it wasn't a conference. It wasn't a direct. They called it, drum roll, please, Spotlight. Yes.
Uh-huh. Which, I mean, they can call whatever they want. They didn't have a huge stage. They didn't. Well, I guess they did have a stage, didn't they?
They didn't have a stage at all, no.
No, they didn't. They didn't have a stage, yeah. They basically did it like Bethesda. Kind of.
No. Yeah, we will forever disagree on this. It was a
video. Bethesda played a video.
Everyone played video. Microsoft played video.
Yeah, but they also used the stage to their advantage.
And so did Bethesda. Listen,
for like 2 seconds, they rented out a whole damn theater just to play an MP4. They talked on stage. He came in before, he came in during, and he came in after. Mm-hmm.
He utilized the stage in 3 different times.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, we're not here to talk about days previous. Here to talk about
or days gone.
No, there it is.
All right, let's get into Ubi. Let's get into what you call Ubisoft and I call Ubisoft.
Do I? I guess I do.
You did. But actually, did you see that new logo?
Yeah. Well, they had that for a little bit. I
never noticed it. No, it looks okay.
Yeah, I think it looks good. Nothing too crazy. Just a tweak.
So Miyamoto was on stage.
Mm-hmm.
They, of course, Ubisoft, the big U. You know they were gonna show off this Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, the worst kept secret in video games.
Yeah, it's already been leaked. Everyone knew about it.
It's pretty much they sort of explained a little bit of the plot. Pretty much the rabbits teleported into the Mushroom Kingdom and pretty much made the world unstable. And Mario needs to come and save the day with his new rabbits friends, and they have to fight waves of rabbits that turn bad. Right?
It's a little bit like Super Mario Brothers RPG story wise. The gameplay is far from it.
Well, it is a turn-based tactical adventure game. I mean, I told you, to me, someone who doesn't play these turn-based tactical adventure games, or I'm not really big into RPGs either. This sort of look like Paper Mario meets Mario 3D World meets Rabbids meets XCOM.
Yeah, it's very much XCOM through and through, and I am okay with that. I am very happy.
They've actually been in development for the last 3 years, so they've been working on this for a while.
So it has been a pretty good kept secret then. I mean, if they've been developing it for the last 3 years, yeah.
Yeah, just to the end, yeah. Miyamoto came on stage, and he actually, I guess the creative director on the game, because Ubisoft pretty much, did the game with Nintendo's quote unquote direction. He pretty much praised the director, and he started tearing up. They cut to a couple of shots of the creative director and audience, the producer.
Yeah.
So listen, he's a legend in our business.
Indeed.
He's a legend.
Indeed. Hell, both of them are.
So it has an early release date, August 29th. They've been in development for 3 years, so it's coming. It's coming. Now, what I thought was pretty cool is you can shoot enemy. You could shoot if an enemy is behind a wall, you could shoot the wall and destroy the wall. So they no longer have cover, and you can use the princess. Well, first of all, you have the princess, Yoshi, Luigi, and Mario as playable characters, and 4 rabbits dressed up as Mario, Luigi, princess, and Yoshi.
Yeah, super funny.
Super funny. Toad's in the game, but he's not a playable character. So I think you play 4 at a time. You have, I guess you have your, it's Mario and maybe I think it's like on the demo it was like Mario, Peach, and 2 rabbits, right? So
you probably swap them in and out.
You probably swap them in and out. But I just thought it was cool. Like if someone's behind cover, obviously, you're trying, it's a turn-based tactical adventure game. You're trying to get a sort of side by side, trying to get around the cover so you can get at them. But you can just destroy the cover to get at them if need be. I mean, you waste a couple of turns, but it is possible. And you can use tag team where you can jump. You could sort of use 2 turns at one, where you can actually use Mario or whoever to turn in their back, lift their legs up, and you can jump a couple of spots. I thought that was pretty cool. I probably would pick up this game.
You're gonna get it. I'm gonna get it for sure.
You know what? This is the first time I'm probably gonna get it. It's not a. I would say it's not a foregone conclusion.
Okay.
Like right away. Eventually, I'll get it. Yeah. Right. I just don't know if I'm gonna get it right away because it's not my type of game. Right.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely right up my alley, and it's another game for the Switch, so I'll take it.
It wets the willy, as they say, for Mario.
Sure.
You like wetting willies? What's the willy? What's the whistle? What's the palate?
There you go. There we go.
Okay. Moving on. I'll get it eventually.
Moving on.
All right, let's move on. They gave extended gameplay of AC Origins, Assassin's Creed.
We talked about it on the Sony conference. They got the exclusive presentation.
No, we talked about it at Expo. Wow, you forgot.
Oh, that's right. I forgot how good that Xbox conference was. Jeez.
You know what? I think everybody did. I
forgot how good that was. I should go back and rewatch that.
You know what?
Yeah, sorry.
I think all right, fanboyism.
A little bit.
A little bit. Oh, now he wants to go. Now he's a fanboy, right? I'm not a fanboy. Now he wants to admit it.
Hey, at least I admit it.
Well, you know what? I'm objective.
At least I admit it.
I'm objective. Okay, thank you very much.
Well, anyway, we got to see more footage of Origins, which set in Egypt, as we all know.
I got to say again, I'm not a stealth guy. I've never really been a stealth guy. Don't really like stealth games.
Surprising.
Not a big Assassin's Creed guy. I tried
you
hard.
liked the last one, right?
I liked the last one.
Okay.
Because you really didn't need stealth for certain. I mean, you can certain missions you need stealth, but you could pretty much just go in and guns blazing. This one is stealthy, but I gotta admit, I was kind of into it. I was really digging it. I was like, you know what? I like this. And I don't want to beat the dead horse. We talked about it when we talked about Microsoft's press conference. You can use like the eagle as like your eagle eye. It flies over sort of like the temple and you can spot enemies and stuff. I think that's pretty cool. I just like the aesthetics. I like imagine what the story could be, right? And if crocodiles that can eat you in a Nile. You know what? I think I'm gonna give this one a try. Like I'm gonna put some time away to really get into this and try to beat it stealthy. I really liked it. I would say Ubisoft conference was pretty good. It was okay. It had a lot of awkward moments. One of the awkward moments they had when they, sort of like, hey, now let's take it back to home base. I'm guessing that's sort of their booth at E3, and they wanted to show gameplay, right? And it was this weird over-the-shoulder shot of the guys on the couch playing Assassin's Creed Origins on a small flat screen.
Yeah, were they outside? I felt like they were outside.
Well, I think they were next to a window.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The window where the sun was coming in.
Yeah, it was a lot of glare.
A lot of glare. That was weird. They could have just kept it to straight on-screen gameplay.
Yeah. That would have been fun.
I didn't need the over-the-shoulder shot of guys on the couch playing it. I know, this is how we play games, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really need that. So that was weird. That was really weird. And you can tell they knew it was weird because they quickly cut, hey, we're going to take it back to you in the stadium, right? At their arena, whatever, or on the stage, right? They quickly cut away from that because they saw how awkward that was. Super glare on that. So they definitely get negatives for that. That was a bad idea.
Yeah.
All right, then they cut to the Crew 2. Now, I didn't play the Crew 1. I don't know, did you?
Same.
Pretty much they're going for this sort of motor nation type thing, like was it trains, planes, and automobiles? Except for there's no trains in this one.
No, boats instead of trains, and airplanes.
Boats instead of trains. Yeah. So you can pretty much race in cars, race in ATVs, race in boats, race in airplanes. They showed New York City, where you're racing on the street in New York City, and you're racing in the water in the water in New York.
Mm-hmm. Probably up and down the Hudson, I bet.
Yeah. So it looked cool.
Yeah, graphics look real good. I mean, look like a solid.
It's coming out. Another game is coming out early 2018.
Right.
All platforms except for the Switch.
Yeah. Which is okay,
I'm sure this has been in development for a while, so and the Switch dev kits didn't go out until later on.
Mm-hmm.
You can sign up to play the beta later this year. Not my thing. I'm not poo-pooing it in any way.
I think we're in the same boat here. It's probably gonna get a pass for me too, but it looks kind of cool. If I didn't have anything else to play and the game was out, maybe I'll pick it up. But
I have the Crew 1 only because I got it super cheap used at GameStop. So I have it. I haven't played it. So then we get into
oh my god,
funny trailers. Funny they got
into
the fractured butthole, which is pretty weird name.
Yeah, this is their follow up to the Stick of Truth. It's the superhero lampooning, right? It's basically their version of the MCU.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But
they had a call girl was in the which I thought was great. She was in the trailer.
Well, they finally had a release date for this because remember this was supposed to get released
already
a couple of times. Yeah, like maybe a year. It got like a year. It got pushed back a year. I think it was supposed to be released last fall.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. So this got pushed back October 17th. October is shaping up to be big.
I know.
Everything's coming out in October. Well, a lot of things are coming out in October.
It's gonna be a big month. Evil Within, this game.
Yeah, and another game that we will talk about later on in the show. So, and then they cut to another South Park game, South Park Phone Destroyer.
It's great game.
Sometime in 2017. It's iOS, Google Play Store. Looks sort of like an RPG card game. I don't know. Yeah, some type of card game. Yeah. I don't really know much about it.
Probably gonna be some like free to play situation. You can pay to get more credits and whatever. I don't think it's going to be fully free to play, but it may tie into the fractured butthole.
Okay. Yeah. And then they got into this weird trailer, which I didn't know if I was watching like a trailer on Netflix for a new TV show on Netflix. Because when I first saw it, I was like, "Is this a new like sci-fi TV show on Netflix or something with Elijah Wood?" The Frodo himself.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Transference. Not to be confused with the movie with Johnny Depp, right? That's what it was called, Transference. He transferred his consciousness into the computer.
Yeah. Which not a very good movie.
It didn't do so well. This is going to be a VR game,
right?
We had no gameplay footage or anything. It was sort of just like a movie trailer of Elijah Wood and people, sitting back to back with headsets on, talking about transferring into someone else's mind using VR.
I don't know about you, but I'm very intrigued. I'm curious to see what this game's going to shape up to be.
Well, they're saying enter the home of a mind.
Enter the home of a mind.
2018.
Yeah. Right.
So we'll see what that's about. Still, I mean, I don't know what to think about it. I thought it was a trailer for a movie, to be honest. I was like, they're turning one of their IPs into a TV show, right? So, all right. Then we got into what I essentially call Black Flag on steroids.
Yeah, I really thought
This was
I was
DLC
seeing a
for Black
remake
Flag.
or like DLC for Black Flag. It looks so much like it.
So this is, well, I'll tell you why it looks so much like it. This is the name of the game is Skull and Bones.
Mm-hmm.
It's set in the year 1721, and when the golden age of piracy. It's actually developed by Ubisoft Singapore, who helped out on the Black Flag game with the ships.
Oh, no wonder.
So you can sail on your own, or you can partner up with others, and you can also betray people you partner up with because you're a pirate.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pirate loot hunt game. You could do 5v5. It's pretty much, you're in your ship. And,
is it all multiplayer?
I think it's all multiplayer.
Oh, interesting.
It's you, and it's sort of like, it reminds me of like the Sea of Thieves meets Assassin's Creed Black Flag,
mm-hmm.
right?
Which is, so you're basically saying it's like a pirate game mixed with a pirate game.
yes, pretty much.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah. They all look very similar. I 100% agree with you.
I mean, it's pretty much a multiplayer pirate loot hunt game. You guys 5v5. I'm sure they have some 3v3 where you have a crew of pirates and you guys have to go capture the loot, and whoever has the most loot, you're trying to get them out, get them away. And obviously that person wins because that person's team wins. So it looked cool. Just I think it's fun. Like if me and you would play it, but not something I would pick up all the time.
Yeah,
the boats, cool. Everyone was about this on the internet. YouTube went crazy over this game, right? So Ubisoft may have another multiplayer game on their hands. They can make a boatload of cash off of. The boats look super customizable. Like,
right.
Certain boats will would be used to plow through all the boats, and other boats would be faster, lighter. Obviously, they would probably have less weapons.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the meat and potatoes of the game. Is like the boat customization.
Yes,
and then you kind of put your own little personal touch on it. I'm sure you can put different paint jobs on there and whatnot.
And you can, and what's cool. I mean, I don't know, sort of like it's like Sea of Thieves, sort of like that. You control a person and you control that person that character controls the boat. You can board the other person's ship. That looked cool.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if there's any sword play or anything, but we'll see. We'll know more about this game in the coming months because it's slated for a fall release 2018.
Yeah, so we got about a year and some change before it comes out.
I would. Here's an early prediction. I think it'll get pushed to pretty much early 2019.
Really?
I think it's very ambitious.
Sure.
How these multiplayer games, are they always
they can
they
can definitely blow it out of control. Mm-hmm.
So all right, then we get into another awkward moment. Just Dance 2018.
I mean, you knew it was coming. It comes every year. I think they kicked off last year with Just Dance 2017 or
they did.
Yeah.
This was the low moment of the show for me.
It was all right,
They had actual live performance, but it was quick. I got to their credit. It was short and quick. It was like 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't last that long.
Yeah. Had a little dance number or whatnot, right?
Yeah. Didn't care. That's when I went to the bathroom.
Fair. It wasn't the most exciting.
Well, you know what? To be fair, I'm not a Just Dance type of person.
Well, right? I buy the games on the regular, and it's going to be the same thing as last year, just with like new music, and you're okay with that. What are they going to innovate on?
I don't know, the dance moves.
Well, sure, but I mean,
put some old school Running Man in there. Put some old school.
I'll take it.
Right.
Do the Roger Rabbit.
Whoa.
Taking it way back.
Roger Rabbit. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Right. So then they showed a game that I actually was, I was like, wow, like I like this. This game looks awesome. First, I thought it was No Man's Sky. I was like, wait, why is No Man's Sky being showed at Ubisoft? Because that's what I thought I was watching right at first. But it's a game called Starlink Battle for Atlas.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I all about this game? I honestly, the collectibles.
Sure.
Like, I mean, do we need any more collectibles with amiibos out there? You know,
And then
even
the
though I kind of
Skylanders
stopped.
toys, and yeah.
Yeah, Skylanders toys. Now, they first showed like it's pretty much like it reminds you of No Man's Sky, except for you're not sort of actually landing on the planet. At least I don't think so. Like Sky Battle, right? Space Battle on a
Space
ship.
Battle, yeah.
Yeah, and then you have sort of like your collectible ship that connects to your controller. And the first controller they showed was the Switch. So I immediately thought that this was a Switch game, like just a Switch exclusive game.
Yeah.
And you can customize pieces of your ship to level up, right? So, but then later on, as you keep watching the demo, you see they use an Xbox One controller and they use a PS4 controller. So it's out for all systems.
It's I think it's the first and only truly cross-platform game. It's coming out to all 3 systems.
No, I mean there are other games that come out to all 3 systems. Lego City Underground came out on 3, all 4 systems.
Well, no. I'm talking about of E3.
Oh, of E3.
The only game that really got announced that was truly cross platform.
Well,
that's coming out in the future.
So far.
Yeah. Well, true.
Wait till we get to later in the show.
True.
So it looked cool. I mean, I was all about the little collectible ships. I was like, oh, that looks cool. Like, I was like all about this game. Now, this all depends on price, because if these ships cost a lot, if these like customizable figurines,
I'd say they're going to be like $10 to $15 a pop.
Okay, well then I could do it. But they looked pretty super detailed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping they're $10.
Well, they have to be at the right price point that if a kid begs their parents to get one, their parents will be like, all right, I can get you this. It's not that much money. Right?
Yeah, but those ships look just as big as the controller.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like they're pretty big. So they're not like amiibo size.
No. They are a little bit bigger. Yeah.
So I would say $29.99 is the most I would pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then they get into what I would say, I guess, is another low moment. Well, I guess not a low moment if you're into this type of thing.
It's another VR game.
No, I wish it was. Steep Road to the Olympics.
Yeah.
The Winter Olympics event. They have a bunch of Winter Olympics events. It's an expansion that's coming out December 5th. Didn't play the first. Didn't play Steep at all.
Mm-hmm.
Not my thing. It got bad, sort of mixed but mostly bad reviews across the board.
It did all right. It did all right, and that's actually kind of sad because we haven't had a good downhill skiing or snowboard game in a while.
Did it come to VR? Steep?
I thought it had a VR support. I could be wrong.
If any game that should have VR support, it should be that.
Yeah, right. You got to get the experience of first person riding down a mountain.
Yeah, because I ain't doing it. I ain't riding down no mountain, so I'd rather do it in VR. So all right, then we got to the meat and potatoes of the conference, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we got to Far Cry 5. And I got to say, Far Cry 5 looked pretty awesome.
Indeed. I mean, we saw the trailer a couple weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, so the Joseph family, it's set in Montana, just to recap, set in Montana. Pretty much the Joseph family, that they're like this religious cult. They come into town. They shut down all the roads. You have no phone signal. And your protagonist, which could be a man or a woman, you choose.
Mm-hmm.
You have to team up with sort of the rebellion in town to fight back and take back the town. So they actually one of the game clips they showed where you have like a gun for hire and you could tell her where to go, where to perch up, and she's like a sniper and she could snipe for you, and then you sort of go into that sort of like you go in Assassin's Creed, you go into that like that mode, and you could tell her to snipe this guy while you're gonna go attack this guy, and you maybe get overpowered, and you can tell your dog to come in and help you.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
That was kind of awesome.
The dog could come in and he'll attack the person. And you can pretty much distracting him because I don't think the dog can actually kill. I could
No.
be wrong. I don't know.
You can have him fetch you guns too, which is kind of neat.
Oh, that's awesome. It's like, I want to, you know what? That would be even better if you're, and I'm not a stealth guy, but if you're trying to be stealthy and there's like a gun somewhere and you only have a pistol, if you could tell your dog to go get that gun for you, like without anybody knowing, so you don't have to like go into the crowd, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm super hyped for this. I think it's gonna be. I think it's shaping up to be the best Far Cry entry of the series so far.
It's shaping up to destroy my 2018 personal life.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Christmas too, man. Everything good is coming out in 2018.
So yeah. I mean, this is everything is 2018, especially these games. Red Dead, early 2018. And then we got cut to sort of this weird trailer of this monkey.
Oh my god,
with the Australian accent.
The biggest surprise of the whole entire E3 convention, I think.
Well, there were rumblings about this, but let me just get into it. And he's arguing with a pig, a hog that seems to be, ahead of, he controls the town because he could control the police too. Big mafia pig. It turns to find out this is Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah, and my God, was that video fantastic? I mean, the monkey was like like a yardie or something, I think.
I don't
Jamaican.
No, I thought he was Australian.
Oh, maybe, but he had.
Well, Jamaicans and Australians sound alike.
A little bit. He had such personality about him, and it was kind of like. I guess that was video footage maybe of like early on in the game or whatnot, and he kind of like walks in and it was a whole like oh, do you have the goods for me or whatever? It's like, yeah, I got your goods right here and whatever, and he ends up like tossing him a bag that's like bunk, and then
he gave and then he gave him like what appears to be like a gold head with jewels in it, but it's really just milk chocolate.
Yeah, and then he ends up flying out of the place, or jumping around and then jumping on some buildings, and then boom.
Well, if you haven't played Beyond Good and Evil 1, which is came out 12 years ago?
Yeah,
right. 2005.
Came out a while ago, and it.
I have that game for
the game did really well.
I got that game for GameCube. I have it for GameCube. I think it did critically well, and I don't think it sold well.
No. The commercial success, not so great.
But anyway, if you didn't play the first game, it's okay, because this is a prequel story. Jade was, pretty much the hero in the first game, and this is a prequel. This is before she's even born, apparently.
Yep.
So you don't have to worry about anything about not knowing the story. The game is set in a multicultural, multi-ethnic human society.
They were very keen on pointing that out. Which is good on Ubisoft. That's what they do. They try and bring a bunch of different cultures together for their games, or it's not just white guy beating up a white villain like every other damn video game out there. They try and make it nuanced, and they try and have believable characters, and they try and create these crazy realistic worlds, or worlds you would maybe want to be in and kind of hang out in.
I don't know if I want to be in a world where a hog human sort of runs the town and
what it feels a little like Mad Max.
Honestly, when I was watching this, what I thought of? I thought of Dragon Ball Z, because Dragon Ball Z has like the weird like human type animals in it, right? Like the police chief, like a dog.
Yeah, everything's like anthropomorphized.
Yeah, so that's what I thought. So I will say the disappointing thing about their end, because that was sort of what they wanted to be, the drop the mic moment.
Yep.
And they had the developer on stage, and he was crying. He was overwhelmed. He really couldn't speak.
Yeah.
He couldn't really speak because he was like overwhelmed with joy. I would say the only issue was no release date. Not only no release date, we got no gameplay footage at all.
Oh yeah, no, of course.
So this is where I was just like a little annoyed, because they announced the E3 2008 that they were working on Beyond Good and Evil 2, and I think they had some gameplay footage. That game obviously is scrapped.
Maybe.
So that was
no, it's now all
so that was
forever.
so that was 9 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So now we got this, and they said, "Hey, we want you to join in the experience of making a game. So sign up for a Space Monkey program."
Right.
Don't know what that means. You know what that? Well, you know what? You know what I can speculate. I think that means this game is like a 20. This is a PS5 game. That's what this is.
Yeah, I mean it's maybe fall 2018, probably 2019.
No, it's definitely not 2018.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 2020
Look,
game.
look.
Coming out with Death Stranding, same year as Death Stranding.
It's fine. Let them build the AAA title that they need to build. Let them build the tens across the board game. Like based on this trailer, and based on the time that I've waited already, I'm fine. If they take another 2-3 years, Ubisoft, make it happen. Make it happen.
I don't get it. I don't. I mean, I know this was their this was their drop the mic moment. I wish they would have had something to show.
Everyone's amped about it though.
Everyone's amped about watching an animated movie because that's what it was. It was no gameplay. I have no idea what you're gonna do. You don't know.
You think it's not gonna be a good game though? They're gonna make a great game out of it.
I don't know what they're gonna make. Yeah. I saw a CG trailer. This might as well have been a Netflix movie.
I think you're spoiled. I think you're a little bit too spoiled.
Well, I came to a video game. I'm watching a video game conference.
Yeah, we had millions of other games that are coming out this fall, all on the Xbox.
I don't know. Whatever. All right. So, as we do with all conferences, we rate them. Mm-hmm. So, give me your rating for Ubisoft.
I am going to give it an O.
Whoa.
That's right.
Rated O.
For outstanding.
Okay.
Outstanding. The couple of things we knew going in. Just Dance is a gimme, obviously. Far Cry 5, they already dropped the teaser trailer. We finally got gameplay footage, which was cool. AC Origins, we knew kind of that it was going to be in Egypt, and we did see it at the Microsoft conference, but it's good they got a little more in depth with it.
We knew about the Rabbids game.
We knew about the Rabbids game, but they showed off gameplay footage, which was good. And, Transference seems like a wacky ride. We'll see how that goes. Skull and Bones, brand new. People are going nuts for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I give it a rating K.
K?
Yes.
K
for kooky.
K for kooky.
I thought it was a little kooky. And I'll tell you why. They had a lot of awkward moments. Okay? Maybe not that many. Some cringeworthy, but mostly awkward. It was a little kooky to me because it was a little weird on stage with Miyamoto on stage, and they're like with the blasters, and it was just a little weird.
Yeah, I was like, it started off a little bit rocky, sure.
Aisha Tyler not hosting this year, so instead they had pretty much the producers and game designers come on stage and talk about the game. They're not. A lot of them were really excited and really couldn't get the words to really express how they really felt.
I mean, they seem really passionate, and then
they're really passionate, really genuine. And
they all came out on stage at the end, which was awesome. All right,
this is why you don't really put the developers on stage. You sort of have you have developer interviews later on. When you're not in front of stage in front of everyone.
You want the slick, clean presentation. You want someone who can roll through it all and put a nice bow on things.
And then we had Transference, which again, the difference between Transference and Beyond Good and Evil 2 is at least we know Transference, they gave sort of a release window spring 2018. But other than that,
we don't know anything about it though.
We don't know anything. We don't know anything about the actual game. Right? We haven't seen any gameplay footage of what I'll be doing, who I'll be playing as. And then obviously Just Dance, that was in the middle of it. That was a little. It's always weird. It's always weird.
It's expected.
And then they had this big presentation with the Steep expansion DLC. That was a little weird. Didn't really, just like, whatever. I don't really care. The Far Cry stuff was awesome. I like the Starlink battle. Skull and Bones, hit or miss. Not a multiplayer type person. Even though the pirate thing looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
So a little kooky, in my opinion. A little kooky. Not bad, but a little kooky.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So let's take a break, and we'll come back. We'll get into Nintendo Spotlight. And we're back. All right, so let's get into Nintendo Direct. No, Nintendo Conference.
Nintendo Spotlight.
And Spotlight.
Yeah.
All right, so Nintendo hasn't had actual conference on stage at E3 since the Wii U was announced.
Maybe, yeah, 2012. After that, they're like, you know what? We don't need to do these.
Now we can just do Direct sporadically, right? So now they're calling it Spotlight. It's still a Direct. I don't care what they want to dress it up as. Reggie Fils-Aimé, President CEO of Nintendo America, awesome. He's. I think they should just make him the face of Nintendo, like for America at least.
Right. He pretty much is, I think.
I know, but remember when we had that Switch release? That was like sort of a Japanese theme thing. That's why it was a little weird to us in the West.
Yeah.
They should have had two of them. They could have had a live press conference showing with the for the Japanese audience, which I can understand, and they should have had a Direct at least with Reggie for us. So I think they could have had both, but anyway. So it starts out with a montage of just games, right? And before they even talked about it, I saw Rocket League playing on a Switch. Yeah,
we caught a little glimpse.
And I was like, baby. Is that Rocket League? Oh, that's awesome. So I gotta say, I played Rocket League when it came out, because it came out for PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, it came out on everything.
Eventually came out to Xbox One, and actually bought the physical copy for Xbox One because I have it free on my PlayStation Plus. Now you can play it on your Switch. Now this is a game that's out on all systems, right? It's for Xbox One. It's out on the Switch,
and you can bet they're gonna have like Mario skins.
Well, they have. You can have custom items, custom cars, where you can have the Mario hat, Luigi hat, the princess crown on top of the cars and stuff. I will say it is cross-network play, with the exception, and this is where I got to give a gamer grief in this episode, and you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. This is where I'm objective, and you're not.
Lay it down. Come on.
Gamer grief to PlayStation. They will not join the cross-network play with Minecraft or Rocket League.
Yeah, see, that's where normally I'd be like, you know what, it's difficult doing cross-play because they're completely different networks, and how do you handle that? Like, there's a lot of logistics that are a nightmare. But if Microsoft is on board and Microsoft can do it, there's no reason Sony.
I could be on my Switch and be playing you on PC.
I know.
In the car. I know. My car. So.
I know. Sorry, Sony.
I would say, and they gave a lame excuse. They gave a lame excuse. No, they gave a lame excuse too.
Of course.
They gave the Nintendo excuse,
which was,
hey, we got a lot of kids on our platform, and when we can monitor our platform, we can't monitor anybody else's.
That's ridiculous.
And it's like, yeah, but Nintendo, who does that more than anybody else, is on board. So
yeah, right. I mean, obviously, you're probably not going to get the voice chat across the thing and the whatever, and they won't have like chat rooms or anything, but you'll be able to play head to head, over your Xbox or PC. Like that's all people want.
Well, you know what? And he sidestepped that question too. So that follow-up question. So this game's come out holiday 2017. Everyone's been clamoring for it, and this is why it was a big surprise. Everyone's been asking since the Switch was released, what about Rocket League? And they pretty much said
they were tight-lipped.
No, they pretty much said we don't know if this is something that can work on the Switch. And they pretty much said no without saying no, right? And that's because they've been working on it for so long. They've been trying to get it to work, right? So that was awesome. Now I think I actually would play Rocket League. I don't know if this is going to get a physical release for the Switch, but it's probably a downloadable thing.
Yeah, definitely download, maybe physical.
So we saw gameplay of FIFA 18.
Yes, we did.
The Switch version.
Which I think is going to be exactly the same as the other versions, just less graphically powerful and portable.
Yeah. And I got to say, just the whole Direct or Spotlight conference, whatever you want to call it, was like young, cool, and hip theme. They had no kids. There were no children involved.
Which is kind of what they've been putting out there. They've been targeting the millennials and the young adults, and the early 30-somethings. Ever since the Switch got announced, right? All their promo materials and trailers are like, look, you can take this game wherever you want. You can play anywhere, and you can play with a friend and all that. It's it is what it is with their marketing. It's still selling out like crazy. So
it is selling.
I can't say it's not working. Yeah,
and it will continue to sell. So then we got a glimpse of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which we already knew about. And it's we got extended gameplay, story, more story if anything. Wasn't a big Xenoblade fan. I mean, I played Xenoblade Chronicles X on a Wii U. I gave it my best shot.
Not your game. Definitely not your kind of game.
I put like maybe 3-4 hours into, and I got to say half of that I sort of forced myself to play, just because I wanted to be into it, right?
Yeah.
So maybe I will get into this. Who knows?
Well, there was actually a little bit of hate going around for this trailer. People were saying the characters are too anime. When every game previously, the characters were anime. So I don't know. I don't know what people were expecting, but they had a little bit of an outcry.
Did not hear about that.
Yeah.
So it's coming out. Well, you know what? We're going to hear about it soon because it's coming out holiday 2017. All right. Then we cut and we got a look at a new Kirby game.
Right. This is brand new. No one knew this was coming.
No, it looks like maybe you can play up to 4 players because it looked like you had 4 different Kirbys you're controlling. Well, Kirby and friends. This is coming out. They just gave sort of a date of 2018. Now, here's the confusing part. Right? They did not say if this was a Switch game or a 3DS game. I mean, they announced in the last Direct. I mean, they announced in the last Direct that 3DS is getting a new Kirby game unannounced. Don't have a name for it, but a new Kirby game coming this fall.
Well, here's the thing, right? They had their Nintendo Direct a little bit before this, and that was all like 3DS focused, right?
Yes.
This is all Switch focused, So I'm pretty sure it's a Switch game. Beyond that, I think
I agree with you. I agree with you.
The graphical
confusing.
Sure. I mean, they should have just said what platform it was coming out for. Maybe they're going to do like a dual release thing where they have a 3DS version and the Switch version that kind of play together.
Yeah.
That could be something. But I mean, the graphics look too good, I think, for it to be on the 3DS.
No, you're correct, and that's one of the reasons why I'm like, oh, this is a Switch game. No Switch logo anywhere.
Yeah,
right?
But they
usually
didn't announce it.
Usually they have like a Switch logo, so I was a little confused on that. Then they sort of cut to the creator of Pokemon, right? That Pokemon team, and I think this was the outcry from the Pokemon Direct we had early last week, right? Where everyone was expecting a Pokemon game, but we got Pokken Tournament Deluxe or DX, right? So and more ports to other Pokemon games coming to 3DS. So we got that big outcry. So I think this was a response to that, to where they just cut to him on his laptop and it was like, oh, surprise! Oh, hey, how you doing? Right? Just so you guys know, we're working on a traditional RPG Pokemon title for the Switch. It may be a year out.
It's definitely at least a year out.
Yeah, definitely 2019 game. Guaranteed.
But man, if you're a Pokemon fan, you have to be happy.
Yes, because
Everybody was
no
crazy.
more ports.
Yeah,
No more ports.
no
They
more
wanted
ports.
they wanted traditional Pokemon game
Mm-hmm.
coming to the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
So now this
Oh my
was
God!
the drop the mic moment
I
here.
told you.
Drop the mic moment.
I told you.
All they had come on the screen was 4, and everybody knew Metroid Prime 4 game, and everybody ignored in development for the Switch.
Yeah, everybody ignored the fact they didn't have anything but a title and a little animated logo. You know, I don't care. I don't care.
That's how bad people want this game, that they don't care if this is any other game.
Mm-hmm.
As we talked about with like Beyond Good and Evil 2, we had no release date, no release window, no game footage.
I
in development.
I was so excited, and I called it. I made it one of my predictions. They're gonna put a new Metroid game out, and I thought they were gonna have a little more.
You said a traditional Metroid Prime game. I give you
Yeah. And they're gonna be continuing the storyline, I guess. I don't know if it's gonna be Retro Studios again. They didn't say anything about who was developing it.
It's not. I don't think it's no. It's not Retro. I don't think it's Retro.
Because I mean, Retro did right by those first 3 games. They were fantastic.
I mean, like was it Super M? Other M?
Other M was not them. Other M was Tecmo.
Tecmo, gotcha.
Yeah, which just yeah. So they have to wipe the bad taste of Other M out of everybody's mouths. And Metroid 4 will do that.
All right. And then the next game they showed was a Yoshi's game. Mm-hmm. Right. So my first thought was, oh, this is like, well, obviously it's not. It wasn't Yoshi in yarn form, so it wasn't another Yoshi's Woolly World. Thank God. We already got that, and we got a port of that to 3DS, which I beat both. Mm-hmm. So this is like a Yoshi's Island game with a twist.
Sure.
Flip sides, so you can flip.
You do a little like ground pound, and you can kind of flip to the backside.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know why they didn't play up the switch sides. They call them flip sides.
Yeah. A little too on the nose, maybe.
Maybe. All right. So, this is another 2018 game.
Right. It's got a co-op, which is fantastic. You can play
co-op
with another Yoshi on screen, which is nice.
So, and it's just called Yoshi. Mm-hmm. As of right now, it's just called Yoshi. Mm-hmm. So, I would love it if they would say, Yoshi Switch Yoshi, No?
Nah, keep it simple.
All right. Next, they got into a new Fire Emblem game, Fire Emblem Warriors. Now,
which is the samurai, not a Samurai Showdown, but Dynasty Warriors. They're Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, they didn't. Warriors doesn't really get. Most Dynasty Warrior type games don't get a lot of fanfare. Maybe from everyone else, but you'll get it from me. Mm-hmm. I like them hack and slashes. So that's coming out in fall 2017.
Yep.
Then we get into the Zelda DLC pack. Actually, funny enough, a lot of people were kind of down on it. They were just like, I mean, I don't know about you. I know you beat Zelda. I still haven't beaten it yet. What do you think about? What do you think about the new Zelda DLC, which we already known about?
We knew about all the stuff to it. I guess we didn't know that you could play as the 4 champions.
Yes.
Daruk and Mifa and Cass and Urbosa, I think. Yeah, and they're actually putting out amiibos for each one of those, which look fantastic.
More effing amiibos.
That's right, man. Bring it on. Bring it on.
It's going to get sold out.
They're fantastic.
More toys for me to
pre-order them now, man. They're going to be gone before you know it. Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be great. I am definitely jumping in on this.
Well, it's only $20.
Yeah,
right.
$20 for a decent amount of DLC. You get 2 DLC downloads.
So, all right, and then Reggie talks about sort of their tournaments they're having during E3. They have the ARMS tournament. They have a Splatoon 2 tournament. They have the Pokken tournament DX. And I don't know if you watch Jeff Keighley's show, like that YouTube Gaming Live. Reggie was on there, and Jeff Keighley was talking trash to Reggie about playing him in ARMS. He was
really?
Just like
throwing some shade.
He was like, remember when I beat you in Smash Brothers, and then you had to practice, and then I beat you again, right?
Throwing the gauntlet down.
So I think they got to fight. They're gonna challenge each other in ARMS. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So this was Nintendo's drop the mic moment. We got to see Super Mario Odyssey. We got to see actual gameplay.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's been waiting.
And I gotta say, it was awesome. This new mechanic where you throw the hat and you possess the Koopa, the bullet, the lamppost,
anything,
the dinosaur,
anything. You can kind of use it to like travel through electrical current.
Yeah,
you can use it to take over enemies. It's really cool.
Well, technically, not all enemies can be possessed. Only enemies with a hat. Because then you have to kick the hat off of them and then throw your hat on, and then you can possess that enemy. So that's a new game mechanic that everyone, when we first saw the eyes, when they were had the sort of the Switch
Cappy
Direct, when you saw that the hat with the eyes, Cappy. Everyone was just like, the hat's alive, really?
People weren't that crazy about it, but now
that you can possess anything with the hat, everyone's just like, yo, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I mean, we know you can use it as like a platform to get the higher elements, and we now know you can use it as like a weapon or a possession tool, I guess, and take over enemies, and then they all have like certain abilities, so I think you can use them for combat or to get to different areas in the game.
Well, yeah, you have different hats. You can wear different hats. He had like a sombrero on at one point.
He did,
which I thought was cool. If you weren't hype about Super Mario Odyssey before, get hyped now.
It's coming out like pretty soon.
It's coming out October 27th. Another October.
There you go. Big month, October.
So
big month.
Listen. It was a little weird to see Mario with regular humans and he be like 2 foot tall, right?
It's a little odd. It felt a little like Sonic. And
he
in the real world.
Mario's supposed to be from the real world, Brooklyn plumber.
That's right.
But
born and raised.
But he can possess the human. He can just throw a hat on him. He can possess the human in the real world. So I thought that was pretty cool. I really want to play this game now. Like now, I'm super happy for it. There's I don't know. Some YouTubers are thinking it's going to get delayed. I just want to tell them to shut up. Don't say that.
No, don't put the bad juju on the game.
Yes,
I think it has to come out this year because they don't have too much else. I mean, they have like Xenoblade Chronicles,
2,
Fire Emblem Warriors, right? Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Fire Emblem Warriors, which are kind of cool.
Rocket League
probably this year. The DLC for Zelda, which everyone's going to be about. And then
they need their holiday game.
Right, the holiday game is Odyssey.
To push because we're gonna get guaranteed we're gonna get a direct around like September, right? And they're gonna announce probably a Mario Odyssey themed Switch, guaranteed.
Oh, I think you're right.
So all right, but that was the drop the mic moment. The conference, the direct, the spotlight ended. It was only 24 minutes long. It was pretty.
Yeah, it was short and sweet.
However, we got a bunch of new announcements during Treehouse Live. So they announced the new Mario and Luigi Super Saga Bowser's Minions.
Yep.
That's coming. That's also coming out in October 6th. Again, they didn't specify if this was a Switch game or if this was a 3DS game, but just like when we said the aesthetics of the Kirby game and the Yoshi game looked too good, it had to be a Switch game. The aesthetics of Mario and Luigi Super Saga, it looked more like a 3DS game. So I think this is sort of the Mario 3DS game for holiday. And then we got another surprise. Double dip.
Oh my god!
We got another Metroid game. We got Samus Returns
for the 3DS.
Coming out September 15th. So if you can't wait for the Metroid Prime 4, which we speculate is at least 2018, 2019.
I'd say 2018, yeah.
I would say 2019, but that's just me.
You want to make a bet on it?
Not yet.
Sorry, it's now or never.
Then never.
All right. 2018 release. Mark my words.
Spring 2019.
Nah.
The 2-year anniversary of the Switch.
Yeah, right.
It's coming out. Metroid Prime.
Yeah, I'm so happy. It's a looks like a 2D Metroid game with 3D visuals.
Yes,
looks
it
really
is actually.
good.
It's actually was that Metroid 2 remake. Sort of. I think that's what they said. It's like a Metroid 2 remake. And the original
Yeah,
Metroid 2 came out
because
on Game Boy.
right. And Metroid 2 was called The Return of Samus.
Yes. So that
I do have to say, I think that logo is trash. I don't
What?
know. They like took it too far. It's all weird and metallic-y, and it's
I
like
don't.
it's kind of a Metroid logo, but no, it's
I
just
don't. I
not.
don't. All the things to be picky about. You're picky about
I'm
the
sorry. I love Metroid and all that. I hope they change that logo. That's
They're
all
not
I'm
going to
saying.
change it. They're definitely not changing the
That's
logo.
all I'm saying.
I think Dave Routine is the only one who thinks that logo doesn't look good.
We'll take a poll. Come on, listeners, let us know.
You know what? Dave is going to post this
Let
on
us know.
Twitter, and he's going to take a poll if you like the logo or not like the logo.
Let us know.
So you know what? You know what? I want you to let me know. What do you rate? What's your rating for the Nintendo Spotlight? E3
It is
2017.
Okay, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
It is rated L.
Okay.
Rated L for Let's Go.
What?
There you go. Rated L. Rated L for Let's Go. Come
What?
on, Nintendo, let's go. Fall 2017, big hits. Odyssey coming out. 2018 is going to be big for the Switch. I'm looking forward to it.
A rated
New
Let's
Metroid
Go.
game coming out this fall. Come on.
A rated Let's Go.
Yeah, rated L for Let's Go. That's right. Switch it up on you a little bit.
That's not even. Let's Go is 2 words too.
Shh, it's fine.
Hey, rated G. We just put 2 words together to make 1 word. That's what we make up words all the time.
Come on. All right. So what do you give? What do you give the Nintendo E3 Spotlight?
I give it a rated G.
Oh, rated G.
Rated G gives Nintendo Spotlight a rated G. Oh. G for gnarly.
All right, there you go.
What about that? Oh, that was a little curve. That was a little curve. You like that?
Super Mario Special World. Very nice. Gnarly.
I give it a rated G for gnarly, and I tell you why.
I like it.
It was short. It was sweet. It did have a little quirky moment because I think just mentioning the RPG Pokemon game was just a sort of a fan reaction, right? Our response to the fan reaction. I think the Spotlight could have been even better if they would have announced Metroid first. Because Super Mario Odyssey was always going to be their drop the mic moment, right?
Yeah,
that was good. They were always
ending. Yeah.
So what they should have done was announced Metroid 4 in the beginning. Like the conference just starts with the 4.
Oh my god, that would get everybody so amped.
And then you get them amped in the beginning of the conference, and then you show off Return of Samus, because I think that should have been. I think the Return of Samus should have been right after Metroid 4. It's like, hey, if you can't wait for Metroid 4 Prime, you could wet the willy, wet the palate, wet the whistle with Return of Samus
coming out in a couple months.
Actually come out in a couple of months, right? For the 3DS. All right, and then you hit me with the montage with Rocket League, FIFA, and all the young adults playing and stuff.
Close it out with Odyssey.
Close it out. Well, no. Well, after you do the montage, hit me with the Zelda, because it seems to be consensus that showing it as Zelda DLC towards the end sort of like killed the pacing. Get that out the way first, because we already know about that, right? You get us hyped with the Metroid 4. You tell us about the DLC. We already know about it. And then you get into everything else: Kirby, Yoshi, Fire Emblem, the tournaments, and then you drop the mic with Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
And I think if they would have did that, I think they would have got an even higher rating.
Nintendo, take note for next year.
Listen,
that's how you do. That's how you do a Spotlight.
Let me consult on. Don't release the Spotlight until I can consult.
Danny will do it for free.
Don't speak. Don't put words in my mouth.
Do it for free.
Reggie didn't say that.
He's ready for hire.
Didn't say free. That was
all. He will travel to California.
I would buy my own plane ticket to Seattle. Thank you. But I wouldn't do it for free. Reggie, that was all him. I didn't say that. Just so you know.
So that's the end of our E3 coverage. On the next episode, we're going to kind of give it a holistic recap. We're going to also go over our predictions. Who got what right and how many Danny got wrong.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, I mean, we'll see how many Shake Shack burgers Dave owes me.
The answer is 0.
That's not actually the answer, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's our show. We want to thank you guys for tuning in, listening, being a fan. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Google Plus, and Twitter at Rated G for Gamers. You can also email us at ratedgforgamers@gmail.com. So please like, listen, subscribe, and
As always, keep gaming.